Yo, what is up, everybody? Your dude, your rebel, your guy steps to the next level, King Sergeant, back at home here in the good old comforts of the lair, saying what's up and welcome everybody to another KeeKlip episode. But this here is KeeKlip 431, and it has been a fantabulous weekend indeed in Atlanta for Southern Fried Gaming Expo that we did for 430. It was just a whole lot going on, and believe me, like I would love to go back. um, it was amazing. Like, first off, shout out to our designated driver or drivers, me, Mr. Dustin Diggs, and of course Clayton of Argent Network. Definitely been a fun 12-hour trip, honestly, because you always know, like, when they say like it takes certain hours to get somewhere, that's just going just straight hours. But it took to, like I said, we took a little bit of style. We left Friday morning around like 7:15. We get there about like 8:30. Cause of course traffic and then maps and all that. So thank you guys for the ride. It's been fun. We took the RV. First time at a reservation camp or a like a camp reservoir, basically. It felt cool. It felt fun. Now I got to buy an RV. I'm gonna set a GoFundMe page for it. But it was like I said, it was a good trip there. Um, but yeah, Celebrate Game Expo. This was actually a newer feel to me than it would be for a lot of other cons. And of course, you know, since I've been to most of them here in St. Louis, even the smaller ones and smaller events, this one it was definitely different because second time that I've been out of town for a convention. The last one we did was C2E2 in Chicago, and then Kansas City, which is still in Missouri. Um, but you know, you get the gist here. So, but to kind of really go out, like out of the Midwest, going to the South was great. Um, man, where do you even begin? uh, first, so it was at a like a hotel and a convention center on the other side, right? So when we got there, you know, we had a party, we had to go to course walk. We probably like at this mall, it's like a mini mall or something. And now my first day on Friday, I had like Chinese Japanese get up, so it was just kind of a mixture. And then Friday or Saturday, sorry, I was hoping to do Optimus Prime, but I left my pads, so that was bad. um, I was Link first, then I did Luigi, then I did Optimus Prime on Sunday. Uh, so it was definitely fun. I got a few good pictures in, and, you know, made some new friends. You know, that's how we get down. But so Friday we get there, so we go to registration, and then basically right where it was, the downstairs really nice hotel. I actually need a room down there. But yeah, real nice place to stay at. It definitely like it's really nice because upstairs and it had like a banner they got seen in the first video. And I was like, okay, pretty cool. So it was a mixture of like games, board games, you know, like tabletops, all that. So it's a whole mixture of games, right? So when we get there, we go up the stairs. You got like all vendors on the side. There was like a Wild Bill's on the other end, where it's basically like your root beer. Um, then we saw like in the middle they had all these tables, like all the people that was playing like board games and like a library on one end. So like I said, all that was cornered with the board game vendors and some dice players. That was really cool. So like we had, you know, a few minutes there because like I said, we got there a little bit late, so that's most likely all that we did. And then come Saturday morning, that's where everything was open. We got there a little bit early. So we had a film room where we was kind of showcasing some of our work and some others. And of course, from 88 millimeters, they did they had their movie on there. So we kind of, you know, supported that and could take pictures and everything else in between. And it was cool. It was definitely fun. And then downstairs in the lobby, there's one room that had like a lot of like the RBG, not RBG, I'm sorry, how can I say it? Like kind of like D&D setup, so that was really fun. There was a whole lot. It was like a whole lot of tables, a few players in there, and like I was able to talk to one of the guys that does the work, and another one that does the like painting on the other end, on the far end. So that was pretty awesome getting to talk to them. And then of course there's like this little NASA robot, looked pretty cool. It was like so custom. Okay, that was on my teeth. All right. So, one other room where the board games are at is one room that's kind of like is a vintage computer room, which looked amazing. Some of those I've seen, others I've not. Cause I remember growing up with it was an old Apple computer. I remember it was great, but then another one was like the Apple Max, like with the colored backs on those. I saw one set of Sabers a while back. I was like, ooh, if I can get that. It's like $100. I'm like, ugh. I just had that much money at the time. But either way, so that's like the vintage computer room. Because on one side they had like the VR, they had other people playing games. It was just like cool. So that was awesome to kind of see all that just come back together. And we interviewed a few people, and I actually do want to give highlights later on in the video. So after that, onward to this little hallway, going to the con center, or at least the other side of the con center, and there it was, the big room. Everything that made my dream just like, holy God, duh. Like just video games, pinballs, arcades, Japanese imports, arcades, games, everything, just PC, driving games. It's like everything was just in that big old room. And I'm like, ah. Because some of these, you know, and for me, being a classic guy, being a nostalgic person, you know, like you've seen some of the consoles I have so far, but like, ow. Like I heard of some of them, but I never heard of all of them. I never seen them, you know, right? And some of these I don't even really seen or heard of. Like these, like most of them, you know, the American. Now I did see the Ultra 64, which is basically the clone of the N64, and the controller, not like the 3 little prong one, but it's like a 2-1, and had like the buttons in the middle a bit. I was like, ooh, if I can get that controller, ooh, if I can get me an Ultra 64, that'd be great. So they had like every console from then to now, and like the older ones, like, oh my God, if I could just get those. Now, surprisingly, I did not see, there's a few consoles I didn't see, I thought they would have, but it's like, okay, I get it. But it was still cool. And then one side they had that pinball machine was basically for tournament use, so we couldn't play there, you had to sign up for it. The other side again, so it was like others that had like PC, I think everyone's like playing the same game or something. Went in the wall right before the corner, and I did it for like a few times. There was a like a driving game, like where you sit down, you got like a steering wheel. And with racing games like that, it's like, it's so hard to like really turn. Now, I didn't really have no bumps or anything, but like the wheel, it kind of did its own thing. Cause I actually had one like that a little bit. And for the PlayStation 2, that actually works like really nice. I'll probably do that in the future videos. But it was cool. It was seeing that, because I remember seeing us like in other like events and stuff. Like I had a chance to play. It was like on a good screen too. And then on one end, there was in the middle of it, there was like more arcades. So there's like a little bit pinball, some old arcade games. There's Street Fighter, but the old Street Fighter, I actually played 6 of the arcade. And that's pretty cool. I played Outrun, the old and the new one. The new one was better, but yeah. I played Guitar Hero. There was some Japanese import. One of them was like because I remember seeing it. It's like a tabbing game, kind of like DDR, but it's with your fingers. So I did that. It was really cool. Like I said, it was just cool. And then on the other end, there was like more. On the other end, it was like more pinballs. And there was like a little bit of vendors there. There's one person had like these arcade. It was like an arcade, like I think like wall ball, but it's like I forgot what you would call it. But it was just cool to look at that because it was just, I like the colors. I definitely like the setup in it. It was just amazing. I would actually buy that right now. But I would buy arcade if I actually had a house. Right now, kind of packed. But it was just amazing. It was really cool to see all that. And then there's one that had like 3D painting. Now, I'll still get the shout out later on. One of the vendors, they were selling like these like pixelated, like you know, like those people that do like beadwork and it has like characters on it. So I bought this. And this is from, I think I still got the hang on, where is it? It should be in here somewhere. Put it away. Yes. So this right here, so I see, and I just found the Facebook and everything else, and I'm on the cover of it. It's really cool. So this is the stuff. Pixels get stitches. There you go. Yeah, I got the iron. I got the color. Found them all in there. It's really cool. So bought this. Thank you guys again for this wonderful, amazing gift. Can't go wrong with Digimon here. So I got my Digimon belt from like Hot Top from Spencer's, like still from 2014. So yeah. So it was cool. It was definitely cool. And then one thing, my favorite pinball machine throughout time, the machine Ryder Pinbot. Why? Because why not? Cause you know it's kind of weird. It's like I used to go to bowling alleys, and there's one that was like Monopoly. There's Captain's Canyon. But like when I had there's one game I got. I'm definitely gonna put on a review later. It's a Hall of Fame pinball thing, and they had it on there. I had it for PS2 and for the PSP. And I was like, it was a good day. It was a nice table. I definitely like the sounds on there, and I was like a 93 like thing. I'm like, okay, you know, not bad. It was like really spread out too. Like everything was a spread. They had Crazy Taxi. They had the Harley Davidson motorcycle game, which was really cool. Other pinball machines I never heard of. And then, of course, you had the old pinball games, like the one that had like really like high color, and you hear the ding 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 ding. No music whatsoever, and the scores are kind of like just rolled up. And another game that we all played, it was this baseball one. I remember seeing this a long time ago too. It was a baseball one where it'd be the ball, it'll come, you hit it with the bat. You can play it by yourself, play with a person. And it's only weird. Only the home one is kind of the one thing that just keeps going. I'm like, okay. And they have the base runners right at the top. So basically, when you hit something, and if you get a hit, they turn, and the other one kind of just like ducks down, the other one just pops up. So that's really cool. And then you got the old pinball games where it's like no flippers, no bumper. It's just you pull the ball, and then it's like a little table, and it just kind of hits like certain point areas. So that was really cool. And then they had this giant like Venom head, and it had like they had some like really nice pinball machines. They had Led Zeppelin, there was Red Hot Yankovic, there was of course Venom itself. I played the one that was The Godfather, and that was actually pretty good. It was like the 50th anniversary, and just to kind of see all that. And of course, back in the day, you know, you had that little screen that had like that little digital stuff, but now it's kind of going like all modern. I was like, okay, not bad. But yeah, it was amazing. It definitely was amazing. I'm like, man, it's just, I miss all days of the arcade. I can do a video about that soon, but still, just seeing all that in one room, I'm just like, man, my that childhood just. I'm only 30, so it's like no one having these machines. That's a damn shame. But yeah, honestly, best, like I said, best experience, man. And now that we kind of get to the part of it, I do want to give these shots real quick. So I had bought few things. Besides the headband, I gotta say I got a few stickers here. Turn these off real quick. Okay. All right. So happy to find a few stickers. Here's I might look these up too. Citizens, like the Make America 8-Bit Again, like that. We got Raccoon City Pinball. It's a Twitch. There we go. Now that I'll give a shout out to. Now this right here, I actually had a chance to play it. It's a little game here called Fill in the Blank Game. It's actually pretty nice. And basically, yeah. So I got all this stuff here, and then like bam, and then we got the one of the little patches there. Let's see what else we got. Got a cosplay fashion and nature, bam. And then, like I said, we got some other stuff, some other stickers and everything. And of course, now we did see a feature for this, the Token Taverns. And actually, I met that guy too, Michael Walter Day. There we go, right there. I actually met him at what was it? It was happening, and it was happening Saturday too. Mo GameCon. I'm like, man, oh well. And then one table, I forgot the name of it. I wish I would have taken a card. So there's a table that's selling like these pixelations stuff here. So we got Galaga. Huh? Now we got Galaga captures. I was like, ooh, I can get one or I can get both. Now, of course, we got, I can't go wrong with my man. I can't go wrong with my boy. We got my bomb man right here. Look at that. Ugh. They're like that. Very, very nice style. Like in the color. These are magnets. These are going to be $5 each. So, shout out to the table that sold me this. But I sort of forgot who. Now, on to the bigger ones. Now, how many of you guys follow somebody on Instagram or Twitter and, you know, you think, okay, they're handlers. But, like, being able to actually meet one. And I did. Now, I've seen a lot of, you know, friends I know on Instagram or TikTok. But this right here is a little bit different. Because I'm like, I was playing the Godfather game, and this girl next to me, she had like a setup. She's doing her streams. I look at her, I'm like, why does she look so familiar? Like, she looked just like I knew her or something. And it's funny. I'm like, I followed that girl on Instagram. And so we talked for a minute. It was cool. She was doing her thing, and then when the term was up, and I was showing her, yeah, I'll follow you. And then my friend Matt, he has his camera, so I had a chance to interview her. Moto Arcade. Shout out to you, honey. It's been a pleasure once again to meet you there. It was just fun, like just to kind of take a picture with you, do a quick interview, and it was great. And then what am I gonna say? And that Saturday, before the big thing happened, there was a wrestling show going on. And I think wrestling and conventions actually do kind of mix well together, depending on how you do it. One of the wrestlers there is from St. Louis. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm going to try to meet him again. So, Mr. Keeman, he's a cool dude. He won a match, by the way. It was actually a nice one. So, there's one wrestler, I forgot his name. There's one wrestler, he's doing this move, and like I'm sitting like on one end, right? So he's doing his move, and he's taking off his wristbands. He threw one at the crowd, and he threw one like over us where we was at, and I got up, and I got it. Yeah, so I still got it to this day. I'm actually proud of that one. And then I forgot his name. Now this right here, this is a good one. Now I've been on her last name for real, but Miss Laura. For those of you that play Mario games, now you play Mario Galaxy. The voice of Rosalina. I'm going Optimus Prime. This is on Sunday. I'm Optimus Prime, and then she's sitting at the table and she wants to take a picture. I'm like, all right, cool. And so what's funny, not only that, but she plays on my Game Boy phone. Yes, I got a Game Boy case on the back of my phone, and she was actually playing it. I'm like, ah. So we got that on video. It was cool. Oh, I do. I've always had to play in my stuff. So, because I went to their panel twice. It was her, Peach, and Bowser. Not Jet Black. It was the other guy. And it was, because, of course, the video game versions. It was amazing. I saw both the panels. They were cool. You know, I gave them both Arch stickers. It was just amazing. Like I said, all that was amazing. And, of course, Saturday night, there was a big dance going on. It was like an 80s prom dance. And it was cool. It was a band I was playing. They were pretty amazing. Just doing like old 80s songs. We had some good drinks. Overall, like I said, it was fantastic. It really was. And, you know, like I said, I've been in a con for a while, but I mean, and I know some of the people at my cons, but it was just cool to see, you know, new faces and just be around, like, you know, different communities. You know, you kind of get the feel of them, they get the feel of you, and then, you know, everything's a good day. So, like I said, to Atlanta, to my friend Clayton, and to all people, thank you for just a great weekend. It's been fun. Hopefully, like I said, if things go well, you know, hopefully we'll see what we get for next year or so, or in the future, and any other con in between, because I know I got a few more coming up. But, yeah, again, it was just it was a great weekend. No matter how long the drive was, it's been fun, and something I'll definitely remember. So, again, until next time, my friends. And just like today, it's been the video. So, like always, thank you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. You can also find me on Facebook, Keenan Sargent, or Facebook.com/D1192, TikTok, the new Twitter, this is now X, Snapchat, Twitter, or switch that, Instagram and everything else, do1192. till next time, stay tuned for 432. And we got a whole lot more going our way. I'll see you when I see y'all. Peace. Yeah, stay awesome. And also, I do want to, before I end it, I also do want to say, I do love these badges because you got maps on them. I forgot to mention that earlier. So that's really cool. So upside down. There you go. Yeah, so it's really cool. So like I said, thank you, SFGE, for my first time there. So hopefully, again, till next time. So, see y'all. Peace. Stay awesome.